Buying a home has changed, and it could affect your wallet when you're buying a house. So if you're thinking about buying a house in 2024 and beyond, you're going to want to be aware of these changes that have happened, and it's a buyer's agreement. That is the new form that is a requirement after August 17th, 2024. This buyer's agreement needs to be filled out, and there's a few things that we're going to go over that are going to help you protect yourself in getting in a situation that might cost you more money. So what exactly is a buyer's agreement? The buyer's agreement is a contract between you, the buyer, and your real estate agent. What it's going to detail out is how long they're going to represent you, whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive, and what their commission is percentage-wise. So these agreements were less commonly used before. They were kind of optional, but now it's a requirement. This is right after this NAR, the National Association of Realtors Settlement Agreement, that just happened. So these are the big changes that's kind of ruffling the industry right now. So these are things that you need to be aware of because they're going to be a requirement for you to sign before you even go see a house, before that real estate agent shows you a house. The lawsuit challenged the long assumption that the seller would always pay for the buyer's agent commission. Now that's completely changed. So now the buyer could be on the hook for paying the 2 to 3% for the agent for their representation of their agent. So if we break that down, how does this look? How does this affect me? It might be one of your questions. Well, if we take an average price here in California of $800,000, actually it's a little higher, but let's just assume $800,000. 2 to 3% could be anywhere from $16,000 to $24,000 extra at closing that you got to come in with potentially. Now that's not chump change, so it's definitely, you're going to want to definitely know what you're signing and how protect yourself before you move forward in a situation when you're signing a buyer's agreement. So here's the good news. The agreement is negotiable, guys. You're going to want to make sure that you're aware of what you're signing as far as the length that they're going to be representing you, the percentage that you're going to pay them the commission, and whether it's exclusive or not exclusive. Unfortunately, I'm already seeing some misinformation out there from real estate agents. So how do you protect yourself? Well, you protect yourself because let's say you're in a situation where you saw this home on Zillow or whatever. You call the real estate agent and you need to go see that house right away. They're going to send you, if he emails you a form through DocuSign to sign it, let's be honest. DocuSign, do you really read everything or do you just click away? Well, I implore you to actually stop and don't sign that right away because let's give you an example. If you sign that for 90 days as an exclusive agreement at a highest percentage of 3%, you could be stuck. And what does that really mean? Well, let's say this seller, you end up submitting this offer and the seller doesn't want to pay the buyer's agent commission and you already signed for 3%. Well, you're going to be stuck paying this 3% to your buyer's commission if you want to move forward with that particular house. And also, what about, let's just say another situation. What about if you don't like that real estate agent? You didn't align, it happens all the time. If you didn't align and you don't want that real estate agent, I've seen it countless times over and over. Now you're stuck with them for 90 days because let's say you find a different real estate agent, you sign another buyer agreement, and you buy another house with the other real estate agent. You're going to have to pay 2 commissions if it's within that time period because that first buyer agreement was exclusive, meaning you're going to have to pay that other real estate agent without him doing anything for you. So you're going to be liable for 2 if they want to come after you. Obviously, this is going to depend on all real estate agents, but what I'm saying is how do you protect yourself? You protect yourself by not just signing a buyer's agreement, actually interviewing the real estate agent and finding out what are they going to do for you. You're going to want to look at their experience. You're going to look at their track record. How are they different than the rest of the real estate agents? Are they know the area well that you want to buy in, or are they out of the area agent? There's a lot of things that go into it, and we're definitely going to have another video kind of going over that. I might even have some real estate agents that I'm going to interview and see what their value proposition is, because I think it's important and more important than ever now because obviously, the seller isn't, obligated to pay the commission of the buyer. Everything's going to be negotiable, guys. But it's just, in my opinion, what's going to happen moving forward. I think most sellers are going to pay, but I'll give you a situation. If you have 10 offers on a home and one of them is not and they're all the same price, and one of them is not offering the buyer agent commission to be paid for, who do you think the seller is going to choose? It's all about the net, right? It's all about the net. So it's definitely going to affect some transactions, probably not all of them, but it will affect some. So what do you do if you're stuck in a bad agreement or you just don't want to deal with that agent anymore? My opinion is you should definitely talk to that agent. If that agent's not giving you the time of day and they're sticking to their guns, I think you need to talk to their broker. The broker of record is basically their boss, whoever sees these real estate agents at that office. I think anybody in their right mind, if you're not a good fit, I know if you were talking to me and we're not a good fit, I'd let you out of the agreement because it's not going to work for any of us. And that's not a really good way to do business at the end of the day. So if you're stuck in a bad agreement, I would definitely seek out your real estate agent first and maybe meet face to face. If not, then talk to his broker directly. So I hope that you found this video useful. Especially if you're a first-time home buyer or any buyer, because the real estate industry is changing rapidly. And I think you need to be aware of this buyer agreement in moving forward, the agents that you deal with, because at the end of the day, it could hurt you financially. It could hurt you financially and it could affect you financially. It could affect your wallet. An extra $16,000 to $24,000. Like I said, it's not a little bit of money. It's quite a bit of money on top of your down payment, on top of your closing cost, and everything else that comes with home ownership. So definitely don't take it lightly. We're going to be doing a series of videos. So if you like this kind of content, please like and follow and subscribe, please. And I'll be more than happy to show it for you. And also, if you wouldn't mind, share some comments below. Let me know how you feel. Do you agree with this, buyer's agreement? Do you think it's going to help the consumer? Or do you think it's just going to create more chaos? Let me know your thoughts, because whatever questions I get, I'm going to do a series of videos after that, basically maybe like an FAQ answering all these questions, because I think it's important. And at the end of the day, you need to be aware of it. Whether you're looking to buy a house now or in the future, this is now, August 17th, 2024, moving forward. So you need to be aware of it. If you're not buying, maybe your kids are buying, maybe your colleague is buying. And the more informed you are, you have more power and more knowledge.